You are watching the 2025 NBA Epitome Game Series, presented by Law Murray, Power Rankings Project Ringmaster at The Athletic. This is where I pick out one game from each team from the last regular season. I am putting the spotlight on the biggest weakness of the 14 teams that missed the playoffs and the biggest strength of the 16 playoff teams from the regular season. This installment features the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Timberwolves started the season with a bombshell of a blockbuster deal, trading away Karl-Anthony Towns after 9 seasons with the team to the New York Knicks right before training camp started. In return, Minnesota acquired contract year power forward Julius Randle, guard Dante DiVincenzo, and New York's 2025 first-round pick. It was a shaky start for a team that had the top defense in the NBA last year and made it to the Western Conference Finals, as Minnesota lost 10 of their first 18 games and entered March in 9th place in the West. But once Randle and Rudy Gobert got healthy, Minnesota sprinted to a 17-4 finish to avoid the play-in tournament. Anthony Edwards' legend killing that started in 2024 continued in 2025, as he led the Timberwolves past the Los Angeles Lakers in the quarterfinals and the Warriors in the semifinals. But the Timberwolves were gentlemen swept in the Western Conference Finals for the second year in a row, this time against the eventual champion Oklahoma City Thunder, despite the Timberwolves winning Game 3 by a whopping 42 points. The epitome game for Minnesota came against the Lakers on the first Monday of December. Austin Reeves was out due to a pelvic contusion, and the Lakers were on the second night of a back-to-back. But Minnesota showed that even with the shaky start, their ability to defend at a high level was still there. D'Angelo Russell is being guarded by Mike Conley here. In the middle of the floor, LeBron James, he screens and then cuts. But Minnesota, they put 2 on the ball there. Rudy Gobert rotates to the corner. If you're going to leave anybody open for a catch and shoot above the break 3, it should be the guy who hasn't broken 30% 3 since the bubble. So the Timberwolves get out of that possession clean. Late clock again. Jaden McDaniels doesn't let LeBron get comfortable with the 3. LeBron pulls up in the mid-range. That's contested. That misses. I mentioned LeBron James was really struggling at this point. He had missed 23s in a row, and this was one of those. He went 0 for 4 from 3 in this game, missed everything here, and sometimes you just have to understand who's hot and who's not. This is the best example of three-point defense that I can show you. The Lakers called a timeout. They were down 20. They wanted a 3. All they got was a forced 3 by Dalton Connect. Mike Conley on him. Rudy Gobert off of LeBron James helps. The Lakers made only 1 3 in the second half of this game. Minnesota won this game 109-80, holding the Lakers to 6 of 31 from 3. That 19.4% from 3 was the second time the Timberwolves held the Lakers under 20% from 3. Only 5 teams held opponents to a lower percentage from 3 than Minnesota last season, and only the Magic and Rockets allowed fewer 3s made than the Timberwolves last season. There were 3 key free agents for Minnesota this offseason. They kept Randle and Naz Reid, while losing Nickeil Alexander-Walker to Atlanta. Minnesota used the Knicks pick, which was originally the Pistons pick, to draft French center Yohan Berenze 17th overall. Minnesota can be a contender as long as Edwards still has ceiling to explore. But the Timberwolves need young players such as Rob Dillingham, Terrence Shannon Jr., and Jalen Clark to be ready to contribute consistently next season, especially with Alexander Walker's departure and with Mike Conley turning 38 years old in October. Stay tuned for the next installment of the 2025 NBA Epitome Game Series featuring the New York Knicks.